up, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome to FleekSauce Podcast. Now, I just interviewed them on the Song Lab Live podcast. Song Lab Live connected with Soul Sessions. Make sure you go watch that. Go to Soul Sessions, go to Song Lab Live, make sure you watch that. Right now, we're going to talk about one of my favorite things, one of my favorite pastimes, clicky, photography. clicky photography. I got some pretty dope, I'll just say, like, some of my favorite pictures is what they take. They take some of my favorite artwork. I'm a little bit like overwhelmed with joy with their presence here as a fellow photographer. So I'm gonna pass it over to the other side here. We have I'm still gonna mess it up. I practiced it right before they got here, but I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try it again right now. We got Do It Films and Photography.
Doing It Films and Photos.
Doing It Films and Photos, right?
Sure.
Doing It Films and Photos. And we got Moments by J. Cole.
Moments by Miss J. Cole.
Moments by Miss J. Cole. Almost got it. Okay, Moments by Miss J. Cole. What's up, y'all? How you doing?
We are good.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
How's it going? Good. So, you guys take some of my favorite pictures. I'm just going to put that out there. Actually, if y'all don't mind, I'm going to put some of the pictures that I like that y'all take, like, up right now. Like, boom, there's a picture. Boom, there's another picture. It was post-edited right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I just share, like, some pictures right there. Can you guys tell me how you got started in the photography space and what you love about photography?
All right. So, try to make my story short, but I started out actually as a model. So I was in Miss Arizona 2018, and at the end of that reign, I was like, I want to do more, editorial model stuff, right? Modeling, fashion shows, and all of that, because I ended my contract with the pageant, but I was a little stiff. So I started expanding my modeling career. And as I grew as a model, and I assisted Mosey Jelani,
Rest in peace, Mosey.
Yeah. And as I started, learning from him and just becoming a better model, started to get a interest for being on the other side of the camera.
Yeah.
I sat on those photo shoots. I helped pose. I learned lighting, and composition. The only thing I didn't do was take the pictures.
Yeah.
One day, me and Mosey were sitting around, and we were working on something, and out of nowhere, I was like, I think I want to learn how to shoot. I want to do photography. I've been, been assisting you for a couple of years now. It's just, I really want to know what it's like to be on the other side of the camera. He said, really? Walks off. He goes in his little closet with stuff in it, and he was like, he hands me a bag. Had the camera and everything that I needed in it. He said, I've been waiting for you to have this. I've been waiting for you to say this is what you want to do, because you've been working at it. This has been sitting here waiting for you. So he was like, here you go. It's your first camera, which was the Nikon 5300.
Yeah.
And, everything that I needed to shoot. He was like, so here's your camera bag. Here's your camera. It's equipped with what you need. So your first lesson is to shoot what you see. And we'll start outside, and you can, learn natural lights.
Yes.
I started just shooting abstract art, nature, and stuff like that. And as time passed, and, as I grew, because, he gave me instructions, told me, and he was more like, I'm not going to sit here and show you how to tinker with your camera. You need to learn your settings. You need to do this. And he would just critique certain things and give me different ideas.
Yeah.
So as I grew in that area, I started to grow as a photographer. My eye started growing more. And then, being a model and being on the runway, I kind of knew what to look for as far as shooting people, and angles, fashion shows. So it just grew from there.
Yeah.
So, after he passed, I decided, I've been an assistant for so long. And I have this camera, and I've been taking pictures and doing stuff, but I haven't really put myself.
Yeah.
By mistake.
Shout out to Mosey, man. That was a phenomenal brother. RIP to him. Definitely was a mentor, and he would advise me as well on photography when I first started. One of my very first shoots he was at, was giving me instruction, advising me. So, really miss that dude. My brother here, Stan, do it, film, doing it, photos.
Doing it films and photos.
Doing it films and photos. Doing the films and photos. Tell us about how you started in photography.
Okay, well, I started with film. That's what
Okay.
doing the films first. And we were shooting all kind of stuff back then.
Mm-hmm.
As the years went on, we was using actual film at the time. It wasn't nothing digital.
Yeah.
You're shooting HD, big, huge HD cameras and 10-minute tapes.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
When that stopped, I kind of got out of that and stayed in the studio more. I got back into it in the digital age, and
Yeah.
then I don't know. At some point, I was doing a video, and I was like, they was prepping and everything. I started taking some pictures, and I was like, And I don't know what sparked that in me. All of a sudden, I started falling in love with still shots.
Mm-hmm.
And then from then, it just grew and grew. So I started taking pictures, and I started learning the difference between like film angles and photography angles, like actually seeing the difference. I mean, it's a lot of it is similar, but shadows, the lighting, and all of that it varies.
Yeah.
Just like from shot to shot, from scene to scene, it all varies. But I became more interested in it, so I started actually taking more shots. Got a model, started working with her, started helping her build her career, and then we kind of separated our way, went our separate ways or whatever, and because I was doing a lot of like boudoir shoots. And it was, no offense, I love BBW, but that's what mostly it was. And somebody had to tell me like, hey, if that's all you posting, that's what you're doing, that's what people gonna label you as.
Yeah.
And I was like, I never thought about that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, So then I found what my passion was really like doing photography, doing weddings, doing portraits, and I still like working with models and stuff like that. So, but I got to the point where I was done like doing TFPs, done just build my portfolio. I was done with that. I've had everything that I needed. I know my lighting. I'm not picking up my camera unless I'm getting paid anymore. And then when I got in that mindset, it became more personal. So it became more important to me to make sure that I get the right shot. And the more I focus on getting the right shot, the more I'll fall in love with it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's dope. I'm hearing you guys speak, and I'm realizing that you guys are creatives. So like you guys will probably paint if like there's a paintbrush and some paint in front of you, like whatever you can get your hands on. She paints. I can tell, like, from soul sessions and doing photography and film and stuff like that. I can tell you guys are creatives. Like you just you have it within you to put out art, which is extremely dope. One thing you said that kind of resonated with me about like working with a particular class of models, I started off going to TFPs, we trade for photos. So that's when you essentially go and, you take the picture for free. The idea is to promote yourself, promote their brand, network, things like that. And those are great for starting off. If you don't have any experience whatsoever in photography, like go do a TFP. But then you do, probably after maybe the second or third one, you're like, okay, I can't do this for free anymore. I'm gonna have to put a price on this because it does take time to edit, go home, do all that stuff, time away from the family to work on these pictures. But one thing that resonated with you was like you worked with the BBWs, right? So I worked with a lot of sisters, a lot of black women, like my first couple of like sessions, but like white women didn't know like I worked with like other people. So I had to be like, yo, I work with everybody. Like it's not just black women. I'm just like, I'm a black man, so naturally I'm around black women. Like that's just my community. But like I can work with any race and any type of person. So I had to let people know, like, if you want your picture taken, no matter what you look like, BBW, skinny, black, white, I'll take your picture. And my preference, though, I probably would say is maybe boudoir pictures or like creative pictures,
Mhm.
you know, around that realm. Like either I don't really so much like doing graduation pictures, weddings, things like that. I've done them before and they're cool and they do pay very well. So like that's great. But as far as like my personal interest, if someone's like, you know, I'm gonna throw syrup all over my body and roll around these feathers, I need you to get this picture. I'm like, yeah, let's get it. You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to create things that are like a little bit different that isn't out there. So my question to you guys is, what is one or two of your most favorite photography experiences? And what did you like about it? Go.
Well, I really like runway. So
Yeah.
I've been on the runway as a model.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So you said you won a pageant.
Yeah.
What is that like? Like how? Can you explain what that means and like what pageant it was and what you had to do to win the pageant? And then I would love to hear about the runway stuff too. But like, what is the pageant?
The pageant I was in Mrs. Arizona International 2018. It's from the international pageant system.
Is that like the big pageant system?
It
Is it the only pageant system?
No, you have like your Miss USA, your Miss Universe, your Miss America, and then you have the international pageant, Miss International. So it's up there. It's like in the top 10 pageants, and so I won the regional, which is the Arizona. I won Arizona region, and to do that, you know, you had to have stage presence, fitness challenge, your speech, you know, your platform speech, your on stage questions.
You remember your speech? No. Okay, I was gonna ask you to give your speech.
No, the speech, it's about our platform, and at the time, my platform was Defend Innocence, and that was about spreading awareness about child sexual abuse and how it affects children, and how it affects parents, and what we can do as a community and a community of people to spread the word and to make it known that it, you know, it happens.
Yeah.
And things that you can do to prevent it or identify.
Yeah.
So there is actually an organization called Defend Innocence, and that's where I started, you know, getting my materials, learning, supporting that. And so that was kind of my speech, not the, you know, word for word, but it was like a 30-second like landing speech that you had to know. I couldn't tell you what it is now because I haven't had to use it, but
you had judges there.
Yes.
And you had to be in front of them from the audience giving the speech. Wow, that's amazing.
Have you watched the Miss America pageant or
maybe once or twice? Yeah.
The same stuff that Miss America
doing this. Wow. So to the runway, what is the runway situation like? Are they giving you clothes that you just essentially walk down like a strip of path on? Like I don't understand I never understood the concept of a runway. To me it's just like they're out there wearing kind of like different looking clothes and kind of exotic looking clothes sometimes, and then a bunch of like pictures or.
Well, as a model. The goal as a model is to sell the product of the designer. So you are a walking billboard or hanger, whatever you want to call it. Even when you're still photos, like, you know, you have a designer, they have their pieces, and your job is to model them. So the runway is just, it's like it's the showcase for the design.
Yeah.
Here are all my designs. Here are what the clothes look like on a person, how they move on a person, how they flow. And our job as models, and a lot of models get it wrong, it's not about them when they hit that runway. It's about selling the garment.
It's a high level showcase of designers and their clothes.
Yes.
Got you.
So that's, you know, you wear it right, and, you know, the right styles are put together, they're on that right body. People are going to want that product. Just like if you see somebody in an ad and you're like, oh, that's a nice outfit, I want that.
Okay.
So the fashion show is to show like kind of the piece live, not just age. See the piece, how it flows.
And in that experience, as it being one of your most favorite experiences, you were there participating as a model or as a photographer or
I
both?
started out as a model, so I was on the runway. You know, I was on the runway, and so as I transitioned into photography, to actually sit in the photography pit, like I always wanted to sit in the photography pit. So to sit in the photography pit and watch the show and not be a participant, because I know what's behind it. I know what the models go through backstage. I know the chaos. I know all of that. But to have that moment on stage is rewarding. But to be the photographer on the other end of the runway, to capture the shot, and it's not even about the model, it's to capture the right shot of you know, all of it together. Presentation of the model and how they wore that outfit. So it's for me to take those pictures and have my signature on the end of it.
Yeah.
It's like, I understand where this came from. So now I can get it from both angles. And I feel like when I take those pictures, it's a representation.
Yeah. Yo, that's dope. Stan, my brother, what's your most favorite photography experience?
Yeah.
You can't talk about that one. Why can't you talk about it?
But I do have one that was that's actually kind of mixed with video.
Okay.
And it was actually probably about a year ago when I went to Boston.
Oh yeah.
I got hired by a female artist named Kayomi.
Yeah.
And, I've done a video for her in Cabo already, and this was the second video I was doing for her. So she lived out in Boston and rented a house for around her birthday up in New Hampshire. So I fly out to Boston. Well, I went to Florida. Went from Florida where it's hot to Boston where it's cold and snowing, and 2 hours up to New Hampshire in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
They had this huge home. It was beautiful. But we did a music video for her. While I was there, the same night we first got there, the photographer came because he was doing the pictures. And we worked together doing the pictures. And it was a different experience because I never went to another photographer's set and helped him work on his stuff or get his stuff together. So it was interesting at the same time. It was really cool.
Yeah.
You know, and then after that, I did the video.
Yeah.
And the video turned out dope. It was me and him had such a good vibe, and we talked about the treatment for it that she already wanted. It was kind of like a thin line between love and hate type of thing. And he gave me some pointers, I gave him some pointers. It was a real good experience. And, outside of getting snowed in for 2 extra days, it was cool. I was supposed to leave on one day, and then they had a snowstorm, and I had no food, and it was it was bad.
But the video,
the video's dope though.
Yeah,
that's awesome. What advice do you guys have to photographers just getting in the game? And you can also extend it to people that want to do visually creative things. What advice would you have for them?
Be consistent, stay focused. Don't waver. When you figure out this is what you want to do, just practice. Keep shooting. I mean, shoot, edit, learn what your niche is, learn what you like, what you don't like, and don't worry so much about gear. Worry about getting that perfect shot. Take your time, set up your lighting the way you need to, and the more time you take to set up that shot, it's going to be the way you want it to be.
Yeah, great advice. What about you?
I'll say believe in yourself and believe in your craft. Kind of backing from not wavering. Know who you are, what type of photography you want to do, what you want to do visually, even if you're not a photographer, just visual, and understand that it's an expression of you.
Yes.
Tap into that expression, tap into that creativity. Camera-wise, learn your settings. It doesn't matter how expensive your camera is. Learn the settings and learn how it works. And, like one thing I'm working on, a goal for me is to, what does this lens do? So it's kind of learn your equipment and your lenses, and learn how to work what you got.
That's great advice.
Sure.
Thank you. Well, I appreciate you guys coming to this platform here to talk some shop with me on photography. Appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you go to Soul Sessions, like and subscribe on that platform. You can go watch our interview again at the Song Lab Live YouTube. You can watch our conversation. I'm going to pass it back over to them. Make sure you get their social medias and you follow them. Follow them, see what they got going on. They work in music as well as photography. And you want to follow them so you can jump on what they got going on. So can you tell everyone your social media platforms and how people can follow you?
Sure. All right. So photography, you can follow me at moments_. I think there's another underscore. Miss J. Cole. Website. It's new. Celebrating my website, y'all. It's it's mjcmoments.com.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yep. And you can find me at www.doingitfilmsandphoto.com, which is DOINIT films in the letter N photo.com. You can find me on Instagram at Doing It Films and Photo. You can find me on Facebook at Doing It Films and Photo, and on YouTube at Doing It Films and Photo.
Awesome.
Oh, and we work together, so you can book us both on either one of those platforms.
Oh, nice.
We do. Yeah, we partnered and we work together.
We're not cheap. We're pretty competitive, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
We provide just photos. We provide experiences.
Yeah, y'all are a vibe. Yo, they're a vibe, y'all. So like, book both of them. You can book them separately, book them together. They check out their Instagrams, and you can see their portfolio of what they do is well worth it. Well worth the price.
And events, you can do video, photo. There's
weddings. If you need videos and photos, we do all of that. We have a whole team. We have makeup artists. They do hair, makeup. They do nails. They do it all.
Oh shoot!
So we have.
I'm gonna have to book y'all.
Book
y'all.
Yeah, literally are. I mean, also with the studios, we print T-shirts, South City Print. We do everything.
Okay.
Model coaching. We do it all.
And she about to start the classes for that.
Yeah, model classes.
Oh, snap.
So we got all of that.
Runway walking, that type of stuff?
Runway walking, posing, all of it, styling, you name it.
Fire.
Things fashion.
Fire. Awesome, incredible. Thank you guys for coming on the show today. I really appreciate you. Guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and you guys have a great evening. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.